energy takes birth from thought, and we give birth to thought as action. In a furious world where time itself stands still, where there is no margin for error, the essence of action is strategy. The more we think, the more we do, the more we achieve. Yet, what do we achieve? Do each of us know? If we all knew where we stand, would each of us know where we have to go? The idea of perfection is perfect balance. Perfect balance is a measure of perfect performance. Align balance, measurement and performance. The result is again supreme, unstoppable energy. This is what we all do. To strive to know, to be of one mind, to do. And to always find the winning combination, balance and performance.
This morning we had a very interesting meeting with Mr. Ravikant and Mr. Girotra. What we found is that when the Tata Motors really looked at the balanced scorecard, they were at a point, a very low point in their entire business state. They said in their own words, Mr. Ravikant said, we were actually looking inward and looking for a solution to get out and reach the global world and get into a market which is very dynamic, very competitive. It was just at that point, by chance, that they found the BSC, the Balanced Scorecard, as a perfect methodology to align all their people, their processes and projects to business strategy.
Balanced Scorecard has played an extremely important role in focusing attention to the important things and understanding the linkages of various activities to the final objective or goal that we had for ourselves.
The story began in the year 2000, when in its 50+ years of history, Tata Motors suffered its first loss.
Around 1999-2000, Tata Motors went through this entire loss of around 500 crores, which made history at that point of time.
Tata Motors को सब जो भी इन्वॉल्व है टाटा मोटर्स में, उन सब लोगों को उस वक्त बुरा लगा था कि मार्केट में अपना वैल्यू कैसा कम हो गया, क्योंकि ये ताज्जुब की बात है कि आज तक टाटा मोटर्स वालों ने पीछे हटना कभी सीखा ही नहीं.
Naturally, this triggered intense thinking and introspection in all quarters of this proud organization. In the process, a need was discovered to communicate strategy through to all levels of the organization, from the management to base operational levels, defining and thus aligning the individual employee to a single sacrosanct strategy.
It was important is that the strategy should not be only on the paper, it has to be executed, because the power lies in the execution of the strategy. Many of the organization fails because they are not properly executing the strategy.
The problem was that basically what we found through the various surveys is there is no clarity in terms of roles and responsibilities.
Initially, when we were concentrating only on the manufacturing, we also realized that in new age industries, in the 21st century, what is more important is the intangible assets.
The Balanced Scorecard approach presents a framework to translate strategy into operational terms, aligning people, processes and resources of an organization to its strategy.
Why this is named as a Balanced Scorecard? Initially, before 1996-97, we were monitoring a lot of parameters for the company level. Those were not exactly touching to the all perspectives. When year 2000 has come and we have got the loss, that time this thing has emerged up that only doing the quantity is not going to solve the problem. Every area has to work in all four perspectives. One is the financial, second is the customer, processes, and learning and growth, and get balanced. I think this is the main theme for as a balanced scorecard.
At that point of time, we wanted a vehicle or a framework to translate this 6-year vision into a structured framework for deployment and implementation at various levels. We had a critical mass of senior leadership which actually was sold out to the concept of balanced scorecard. And that was the triggering point.
The immediate challenge at Tata Motors then was to deploy the Balanced Scorecard framework through all the units of the commercial vehicles business unit.
Basically, if you look at the total entire PMS, that is performance management system, which is prevailing at Tata Motors, it goes into two components. Component number one is the organizational level performance, and number two is individual level performance. If you look at the organizational level performance management system, it is basically through the balanced scorecard, which is a top-driven approach.
Although it is up to the managers, we have cascaded it down right to the worker level. We call it SQDCM. And it is these 5 because that's more easily understandable as what is the cost, what is the quality, what is the cleanliness and the housekeeping and things like that.
Our MD, Mr. Ravikant, addresses all of us, almost 1300 employees, in a town hall meeting. In this town hall meeting, when he presents the total picture, everybody in the organization is aware that what is the total picture and how I can contribute towards it. Based on this, we also communicate with down the level. We have regular monthly meetings with the supervisors and the engineers. And all the 7,000 operators, we have the 7,000 operators, we communicate with them in a mega communication meeting.
ऑटो प्रोडक्शन में सनराइज और सनसेट मीटिंग होता है और उसमें कंपनी का परफॉर्मेंस बताया जाता है और उसके वजह से मैक्सिमम लोगों ने पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग के वजह से कंपनी का ये अभी का growth है.
Well, like any other initiative, when you have a new thing, then there are some resistance, there's some skepticism, which are quite normal. Therefore, it has to be driven. But it cannot be forced. You need to be selling, and unless that activity is actually useful, it is adding value to what people are doing, it is improving their efficiency, that initiative will not be successful.
Training programs and all that is one part of it, where you expose people to different different concepts and through case studies, etc. But it is very important to follow this up with a hand holding for the implementation. That is what we believe in.
So this is how the connect is being made or being facilitated through this balanced scorecard approach.
Amongst other crucial elements, the success of a balanced scorecard framework depends upon timely review.
These review meetings are conducted on a monthly basis. On the plant level, we have a steering committee. All the divisional general managers and above are the members of this steering committee meeting.
All 300 scorecards would get reviewed every month.
We have a concept of the budgeted target and stretched targets. And based on this, we have traffic signals.
It brings to focus every month what were the main objectives and how far we are from there and what do we need to do to kind of set right things.
But the real challenge came in the size of the organization, because we are located at those days we had 3 plants and more than 100 dealers.
We were grappled with this, the number of scorecards, they were going out of hand.
So that way, the biggest challenge is to keep it rolling.
We were wondering how are we really going to manage, tracking and monitoring all of them on a together on a monthly basis. At that point of time, we were looking at automation.
Review is time-consuming and difficult. To meet this challenge, a decision was taken then to deploy Covenark Strategist, a prominent balanced scorecard automation tool developed by M-Power Information Systems.
We are a very large company and large number of users, large number of measures. We thought that we need to digitize and therefore we sought the help of Empower.
We are using Covenark Strategist for automating all our scorecards, especially when we are having the BSc audit. It's very simple for us to conduct the audit.
It gives you data almost at your fingertips, and that I think is very important. Therefore, you are able to do things in a much more well-defined manner, and the guesswork and subjectiveness, a lot of it is taken away.
बैलेंस स्कोर कार्ड जो है कि उसके वजह से यानी टॉप मैनेजमेंट यानी हमारी एमडी से लेके नीचे सीएक्स ओनर तक सबका परफॉर्मेंस वो सबको खुला रहता है ऑनलाइन होने से.
You focus on things which are going to have an impact on your main objective. I think that is a very important thing, and I would suggest that CEOs should take it upon themselves to use it, and I think there are a lot of companies who have really greatly benefited from that. It's a tool. It becomes a way of life, and I think like any other, like you have balance sheet or you have profit and loss account. Similarly, it is this, and it becomes a part of you.
Within 2 years of deployment of the Balanced Scorecard and its automation, CVBU registered a profit of $107 million, accounting for a massive 70% share of the market by the year 2006. The success of Balanced Scorecard at Tata Motors did not stop here. In the beginning, CVBU started Balanced Scorecard with only corporate level scorecards. Now it has been expanded to 6 hierarchical levels with 328 plus scorecards. The story of the Balanced Scorecard at Tata Motors constitutes of one of the largest deployments of the BSE framework in the world. This has justly won Tata Motors the Balanced Scorecard Hall of Fame Award. Empower, through Covenac Strategist, played a vital role in the success story of Tata Motors CVBU. In the final reckoning, the greatest success is nothing but the ideal performance through action of the deepest thought. And this ends always in victory.